another question from Armin Magician. Will you be releasing the blue Fontaines? Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. It all depends on how this IndieGoGo pans out. It's been a really great response so far, but it all depends on how well the rest of the 800 decks sell. But maybe. That's something I would like to happen, because I love the blue Fontaines just as much as the red ones. So maybe, but I really can't say for sure right now. But I'm glad you guys are excited. This comes from Dr. Magic Tricks. Shouldn't there be a performance of Fontaine in the trailer for Fontaine cards? Very good point. There probably should have been. In fact, there was one thing that uses Fontaine, just the random or the regular Fontaine move, and then it comes up to the face level, and then there's another change of the card. I was gonna put that in the trailer, but I didn't have time to film it. So maybe that'll be released in an upcoming video. But very good point. Yeah, I probably should have done that. This comes from Michael James. He seems like a real dick. I can tell already. Zach, what are your thoughts on tropical animals, specifically baby sloths? I love baby sloths. Oh my god, so much. When they're like just chilling in a hammock, it's like, why can't we have that existence? Why can't we embody sloths all the time? I actually do embody a sloth most of the time, but that's probably why I don't ever get out in the sun. This is from Mystery of the Magic. He says, do you view Fontaine, the trick, not the deck, for your basis for all your magic, because you refer to it a lot? No, I don't. I just really like that trick. It's probably my favorite trick out of all the things I've released, based solely on the fact that you can really go anywhere from it. It is a really cool move on its own to make a card change or turn upside down in that waving motion, but you can literally expand this limitlessly. From the time that I released Fontaine originally to now, I've come up with at least 6 different ways of doing it, including different changes that lead into it or branch off of it. That's why I love it so much. And Fontaine, I just like the word Fontaine. I think it's a cool sounding word. That's pretty much it. This comes from Jack Demon. He says, what's your creative process? I don't really have a set in stone creative process. My creative process comes from, I guess the best thing I can tell you, at least for the type of stuff I do, which is very flourishy and knacky and weird and unpractical, or impractical. There we go. The main process that I have is just combining flourishing with card sleight of hand. I think that helps my magic tenfold. I didn't really flourish a lot before like a year ago, and the amount of magic that I came up with before flourishing versus the amount I came up with after flourishing is ridiculously contrasting. I've come up with a ton more stuff with the knowledge of flourishing, just because there's lots of techniques in flourishing that carry over into magic and vice versa. So I think they work well together. I don't think you have to pick one, like you have to be a cardist or a magician. I don't think I'm the greatest at either, but I think being both of them, or at least practicing both of them, opens up the doors to a lot of new techniques, and that's where I find a lot of my creations come from, is just combining things or creating variants on a flourish that leads to a trick, or a trick that leads to a flourish, or, you know, whatever. But yeah, so that's kind of my suggestion. I hope that helped. I don't think it did at all, though. Duck Lower says, how did you get into Theory 11? I get asked this a lot, and the answer is, when I was about 12, I found the What is Theory 11 site, which, if some of you guys don't know that, haven't gone back that far, when Theory 11 first launched, it was whatistheory11.com, and it was this whole like Easter egg hunt, going through source code, finding all these mysteries, and it led up to a magic store. And I was a dead set fan from the beginning, was really active on the forums for a long time, became friends with JB over just private messaging him and participating in Saturday night contests and just helping people out on the forums. So then JB made me a moderator on the forums for a little bit. And then from moderator, I started working in customer service for a little bit on the support tickets and stuff like that. Media submission for the media section. And then for a while, I stopped doing that, and JB said, hey, we kind of want to do a web show. Why don't you try doing a web show? So then from there, I set up a mock video shoot and did a test episode of The Insider, and JB liked it, and then it became an episode weekly, a weekly show. And then The Insider evolved into Expose, and now Expose is a thing too, and it's been going on for like over 2 years, which is really insane that I've been doing it for that long. But yeah, that's my story with Theory 11. This comes from Philip Alexander. Are there any upcoming Wire releases that I can say anything about? Yes, there are a lot of upcoming Wire releases that I have not in the can, but on the drawing boards. Lots of things that I'm really, really excited about releasing. So those will be coming out. I can't put a date on it, but sometime soon. So look out for those. I'll be posting teasers and all my hypey stuff that you guys all love. At least I love it. If you don't like it, go away. But yeah, there's stuff coming up. This comes from Dimitri Cards, who says, I want to buy your cards wholesale. I'm sorry, but you can't. Yeah, that answered that question. This comes from Tom in the UK, who says, why did you choose IndieGoGo over Kickstarter? The truth is, IndieGoGo is more fun to say. Next question. I'm not sure who this is from, but they said, I was wondering if you could mind me asking what editing software you use. I use Final Cut Pro 7, not the X version, the evil 10 version. I used iMovie for the longest time, and if you are a kid who just wants to make videos, use whatever video program is accessible to you. This goes for anything. A lot of people ask me like what my camera setup is, my lighting setup, and usually I don't say specifically because I was in that same mindset when I was younger. I just wanted to have the exact lights of the people's videos that I watched. And what ends up happening with that is you just end up trying to make it exactly the same. And the truth is you'll never become exactly the same or make a video look exactly the same, even with all the exact same equipment. So my suggestion is to just get whatever you can afford. Even if you can't afford anything, just use what's readily available to you and make as much of it as possible. When I first started making videos on YouTube, and you can go through my channel and look, the first 2 years I just used my dad's old white MacBook webcam for all my videos and iMovie, because that was what was available to me. And I just started making fun videos. They weren't even magic videos. Some of them were, but a lot of them were just silly videos. So I would say just, use whatever editing software is available to you, make as much stuff on it as possible, and just keep posting, because you'll get better as you go along with anything that you do. And then eventually, if you really want to spend money, then yeah, you could buy Final Cut 7. That's what I use. I also use a GH2 video camera with an assortment of different lenses and just regular lights. The lights don't really matter what type they are. As long as they give off light, they work. So again, none of these specifics matter, I would say. I would say just use what's available to you, use it wisely, and just have fun with it. And then, if you run into, a bunch of money and you want to invest, then do some research on like CNET and stuff, because their opinions are probably better than mine. Last question we have is from Stroke the Cow, who says, please sell every effect in this video. They look so clean. Thank you. I don't know about everything in the video, but definitely all the things in that video, besides the Ace production in the middle, are original tricks. and hopefully a lot of them will be coming out soon. The Ace production is just my variation on Lee Asher's Thunderbird. I think someone asked that, but I'm not going to go and figure out who asked. But someone asked that, so there's the answer to that. And that's it. That completes the Q&A. A lot of the questions were asked over and over, so I hope if I didn't get to your question specifically, I answered it. Does that make any sense? Probably not. But yeah, so I'm Zach. Thank you all for supporting the IndieGoGo campaign, asking questions. I'll see you later. Here's the link to the IndieGoGo if you haven't clicked it already. So, you should click on that. And yeah, thanks guys. You can click on this whenever you want. Okay, this is getting awkward.